कौन कॉल आसो तुम? Hello students, welcome you all. So now we are going to discuss about parallel lines and transversal. So first let's learn what is parallel line. Okay. So you know all about lines. So if two lines intersect each other, then we can call them intersecting line. Intersecting line. But if they don't intersect, suppose they are not intersecting, what we will call them? We will call them non-intersecting lines. Okay, so we can call them non-intersecting lines. So there are two types of line, we can say intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. So when we can call two lines are non-intersecting, when they are not going to intersect each other. Okay, another simple type of definition we can say what is non-intersecting line. If the perpendicular distance between two lines at any given point is same. Suppose we will take one point this and we will take a perpendicular distance here. So and suppose this is 2 centimeter. Again we will take a random point here and we will take the perpendicular distance and we found it to be 2 centimeter. Here again we will take another point and we find the perpendicular distance to be 2 centimeter. Now we can say that these two lines we can name it L1 and L2. L1 and L2 lines are non-intersecting line, and non-intersecting lines are nobody but parallel lines. Okay. So this is the definition of parallel line. If the perpendicular distance between two lines at any given point is same, then we can call them parallel lines. Well, after parallel lines, we will move to transversal. So what is transversal again? Transversal is also a line which intersect two or more lines. Suppose L1, L2 and here say M1. Now M1 is intersecting L1 and L2. So we can call M1 as transversal. Okay. So transversal, what is transversal? Transversal is a line which intersect two or more lines. Remember, it may be parallel lines or it may be non-parallel lines. There is no issue with that. Now, we will see some types of angle when lines intersect each other. Okay. So first one we will see is corresponding angle. Look, line you can see in the figure, line L1 and line L2 are parallel line, or it may parallel or it may not be parallel, does not matter. In this case we have taken parallel lines. So L1 and L2 are two lines and M line is intersecting both L1 and L2. Some angles are being formed, angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So who are corresponding angle here? You know this from class 7. Okay. So here angle 1 and angle 5, they are corresponding angle. Yes, other corresponding angles are also here. Angle 4 and angle 8. Okay. Similarly, angle 2 and angle 6. Another pair, angle 3 and angle 7. Okay. So they are the pair of corresponding angles. Okay, after corresponding angle, we will move to alternate interior angle. Well, who are alternate interior angle? Let's see in the figure. Alternate, let's move to the name. Alternate interior, that means the angles must be interior. That means 4, 3, 5, 6. Only 4 angles are there. Alternate means on alternate side. Okay, that means the pairs are angle 4 and angle 6, angle 4, angle 6. Alternate interior angle. Angle 4 and angle 6. Another pair is angle 3, angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 5. their alternate interior angle. Similarly, we will move to alternate exterior angle. Alternate exterior angles. From the name you can also learn ki the angles are external, that means exterior. Angle 1's exterior interior alternate exterior angle is angle 7, and angle 2 angle 8. They are the pair of alternate exterior angles. So let's write angle 1 and angle 7 are pair of alternate exterior angle. Another pair is angle 2 and angle 8. Okay. Now another one, interior angle on the same side of the transversal. Interior angle on the same side of the transversal. So interior angle you can see, again here is only interior angle we will consider, angle 4, 3, 6 and 5. Now interior angle on the same side of the transversal. Now you can see there is the transversal on the same side. Who is there? Angle 4 and angle 5. Okay. So angle 4 and angle 5 are the pair of interior angle on the same side of the transversal. Similarly, another pair is there, angle 3 and angle 6. Angle 3 and angle 6 are another pair. Okay. Now, yes, there is one more thing. So this for interior angle on the same side of the transversal, we normally call this term in some different terms also. Okay, that means it has some different names, like consecutive interior angle. Please remember it. Consecutive interior angle, allied angle, co-interior angle. Okay, so these are the different name of this interior angle on the same side of the transversal. You please remember all these points. Okay, you can only remember when you study further. It will be what automatically be memorized. Okay. Now we will move to another part. Yes. So there is a axiom. Let's see what is the axiom is. Axiom 6.3. If a transversal intersect two parallel lines, so two parallel lines are here, L1 and L2, and a transversal intersecting it, M transversal, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. Okay, what is this? It is an axiom. What is this? Axiom. And axioms are universal truth. Okay, so we don't need to prove the axioms. So we will take these axioms as granted. Okay, so they are already proved, they are already true. Okay, so we don't need to prove them. So if a transversal intersect two parallel lines, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So corresponding angles will be equal. Who are corresponding angle? So angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Similarly, angle 2 equal to angle 6. Angle 4 is equal to angle 8. And angle 3 is equal to angle 7. Okay, because they are the pair of corresponding angles. Okay. Yes, this axiom is also called the corresponding angle axiom. Okay, you remember it. Its name is corresponding angle axiom. Okay, this axiom has a converse axiom, that is, if a transversal intersect two lines such that pair of corresponding angles are equal, then two lines are parallel to each other. That means if corresponding angles are equal, suppose angle 1 is equal to angle 5, corresponding angle there, angle 1 and angle 5, then we can say L1 line is parallel to L2 line. Okay, if the corresponding angles are equal, then also you can say two lines are parallel. So please remember these two axioms, axiom 6.3 and axiom 6.4. They are called corresponding angle axiom. Okay. Now we will move to some theorems. Let's see. Okay, now we'll move to theorem 6.2. See what is the theorem is saying? If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, again same story, a transversal M is intersecting two parallel lines L1 and L2, then each pair of alternate interior angle is equal. Alternate interior angle equal, okay? Here alternate interior angles. Okay, first of all, let's see who are the alternate interior angle. Now you see angle 4 and angle C are pair of alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angle are angle 4 and angle 6. Okay, this is one pair. Another pair is angle 3 and angle 5. Okay, these are the pair of alternate interior angle. We have to prove that they are equal. That means to prove is that angle 4 equal to angle 6 and angle 3 is equal to angle 3 is equal to angle 5. So this is what we have to prove. Okay, what is given to us? Given to us is L1 parallel L2. Okay, so first we should write given. Given L1 parallel L2, M1 or M, only M. M is the transversal. Okay, so this much is given and this is what we have to prove. You should write the given first and then you write proof. Okay, now we'll move into the proof section. Okay, as L1 and L2 are parallel, then what will happen? The corresponding angles must be equal, isn't it? You can write angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Why? Corresponding angle. Okay, now again angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Look at the figure. Why angle 1 is equal to angle 3? Because they are vertically opposite angle. You can give in the bracket vertically opposite angle. Don't write in short, write the full form. Okay, vertically opposite angle. Now you write it statement 1 and write it statement 2. From statement 1 and 2 you can see angle 1 equal to angle 5 and angle 1 equal to angle 3. Therefore what will happen? Yes, so angle 5 will be equal to angle 3, isn't it? Because if LHS and LHS are equal, then RHS and RHS will be equal. So you can write therefore, I will write it here. Therefore, angle 5 is equal to angle 3. And what type of angle they are? They are alternate interior angle. Look at it, angle 5 and angle 3. They are alternate interior angle. Okay. So here we have proved this. Angle 5 is equal to angle 3. So this much we have proved this part. Similarly, we can prove that. You can write similarly we can prove that angle 3 is equal to angle 4 is equal to angle 6. This one, angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Okay, so this is how we can prove this. Now another theorem is there, that is 6.3. okay, we can prove this theorem also. Here, if a transversal intersect two lines such that a pair of alternate interior angle is equal, then two lines are parallel. Okay, so here lines are not parallel, it is not given to us. If lines are parallel, only given L1 and L2 two line and M is intersecting. Okay? So let's write what is given. Given L1 and L2 are two lines then M is the transversal, and also it is given that pair of alternate interior angle is equal. That means suppose we can take angle 4 is equal to angle 6, angle 4 is equal to angle 6, this much is given. To prove, what we need to prove? We need to prove is L1 parallel L2. This is what we need to prove. When L1 and L2 will be parallel, you say, at what condition? If the corresponding angles equal, because we have a axiom, okay, if the corresponding angles are equal, then two lines will be parallel. So we need to make two corresponding angles equal. Suppose corresponding angle, you see angle 6 and angle 2. If we make these two angles equal, then our problem can be solved. So let's move to proof section. Proof. First, what is given? Let's write it. Angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Write it given. And write it statement 1. Okay. Now, again, you see angle 4 is equal to angle 2. Why? Write it statement 2 and give the reason, because vertically opposite angle. Okay. Now you see from statement 1 and from statement 2, okay, angle 4 equal to angle 2 and angle 4 equal to angle 6. You can write from statement 1, and 2, we get that angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Now you look at the figure. Where is angle 2? Here it is. Where is angle 6? Here it is. But they are what type of angle? They are corresponding angle. So you can write it here. But from here we will write, but angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. Therefore, L1 parallel L2. Why? Because we have axiom 6.4. Yes. So if two corresponding angles are equal, then the two lines will be parallel. Okay. So we have proved this theorem. Well, we'll erase it. Now please look at the theorem again. You just remember the theorem. This theorem, theorem 6.2 and 6.3. This two theorem is going to be, we are going to use this in the further examples and the exercise. Okay, some other examples are there, like theorem 6.4. You see, what is theorem 6.4? If a transversal intersect two parallel line, okay, here given is that two parallel line L1 and L2 and transversal M is intersecting. Each pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal is supplementary. So, each pair of interior angle on the same side of the transversal. So, interior angle on the same side, angle 4 and angle 5. So, we can prove that angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degree. Supplementary is saying supplementary, na? That's why angle 4 plus angle 5 equal to 180 degree, and angle 3 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degree. This is what we have to prove. Okay. You can see, just I am not proving it, I am just showing it how you can prove this. Now you see, as L1 and L2 are parallel. Okay. Therefore, okay, and angle 4 plus angle 1, here you can write angle 4 plus angle 1 equal to 180 degree. Why? Linear pair, you can write in bracket linear pair. Now angle 1 is equal to angle 5, corresponding angle. write in the bracket. Okay, so instead of angle 1 you can write angle 5 here. Therefore angle 4 plus angle 5 will be equal to 180 degree. This is what we needed to prove. Angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degree. Okay. Well, similarly we can prove with theorem 6.5 also. Let's see what is the theorem. If a transversal intersect two lines such that pair of interior angle on the same side of the transversal is supplementary, then two lines are parallel. So here again it is the opposite of theorem 6.4. Here what is saying? Angle 4 plus angle 5. Okay, sum of angle 4 and angle 5 is given that angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180 degree. Okay, if angle 4 plus angle 5 equal to 180 degree, then L1 and L2 will be parallel, isn't it? Yes, because you write it as statement 1. In the statement 2 you write angle 4 plus angle 1 equal to 180 degree, isn't it? Why? Because they are linear pair. Now RHS are same, therefore LHS must be same. So you can write, so angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to angle 4 plus angle 1. Now you cancel angle 4 and here angle 4 implies angle 5 is equal to angle 1. Now look at the figure, angle 5 and angle 1. Angle 5 is equal to angle 1. If angle 5 is equal to angle 1, then what will happen? L1 will be parallel to L2. You can write, but they are corresponding angles, so L1 parallel L2. Okay, in this way we can prove it. Okay. Basically you don't need to prove this, you just need to remember and you should know the method through which we can prove it. Okay, now we will move to the next concept, that is parallel lines. Okay, here lines parallel to the same line. Okay, lines parallel to the same line. So let's see what is the theorem saying. Lines which are parallel to the same lines are parallel to each other. Very nice. Again you read, lines which are parallel to same line are parallel to each other. So let's assume line P is parallel to Q. Okay, P line is parallel to Q line and P line is parallel to R line. P is also parallel to R line. This is given to us. So given is P parallel Q line and P line parallel R line. Here okay, P parallel to Q and P is also parallel to R. To prove P parallel Q parallel R, that means all line, you can see same line are parallel to each other, that means all are parallel to each other. So this is what we have to prove, ki P is parallel to Q, Q is parallel to R, or in other word you can write Q parallel to R. Okay, this is also you can write. So this is what given and this is what we need to prove. Here you can see we will move in this way. We can name some angle, name of the angles. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 number angle. Okay. Now here as it is given that P and Q are parallel, so you can write angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Why? P parallel Q, therefore, and they are corresponding angles. They who? Angle 1 and angle 5. Now write it as statement 1. Here angle 1 is now equal to angle 5. Similarly, angle 1 is equal to angle 9. Why? We write it first. Angle 1 is equal to angle 9. Why? Write statement 2. Why you will give the reason as P is parallel to R and angle 1 and angle 9 are corresponding angle. Okay. So now statement 1 is saying angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Statement 2 is saying angle 1 equal to angle 9. So from statement 1 and 2, from both the statement, we get that what we get here. You can see LHS and LHS both there is angle 1, LHS are same, therefore RHS must be same. So angle 5 is equal to angle 9. You can write angle 5 is equal to angle 9. Now look at the figure. Where is angle 5? Angle 5 is equal to angle 9. And what type of angle they are? They are corresponding angle. You can write, but they are corresponding angles. You can write, therefore P parallel R. Okay, therefore P parallel R. Sorry, 5 and 6. Therefore you can write Q. It's not P, Q. Q parallel R. Q must be parallel to R. So this is what we needed to prove, Q parallel R. Now before there was P was parallel to Q, P was parallel to R. Now Q is also parallel to R. So therefore you can write finally, so P parallel Q parallel R. Okay, hence proved. Okay, so this much we have learned. Now in the next class, so please go through it and please remember the theorems. Okay, and we will move to the exercise in the next class. Thank you.